What's up, everybody? Once again for Pro Wrestling Unleashed. This is Bill Mack here with you, ready to bring you another prediction show for WWE's annual Summer Survivor Series. This is a Raw all brand, pay-per-view. This has got Raw and SmackDown both on it, with quite a few traditional matches that are involved here. We're looking forward to great, hopefully a great pay-per-view. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these things. Sorry about that. I haven't really been in the mood to make them because I really didn't know too much. But I figured out, hey, why not? Give it a chance, and I'll try to give some, hopefully do a video. Hopefully it will be like. So, starting off here, there are a lot of stipulations in these matches. You have 3 of traditional style Survivor Series matches with Team Raw and Team SmackDown Live. You have Team Raw, the men's matchup, 5-on-5. You have the Team Women's division, 5-on-5. And you have the 10-man tag team Raw versus SmackDown Live tag team matchup. And you also have 2 other stipulation matches, Brian Kendrick with the Cruiserweight title and versus Kalisto. And you have The Miz with Maurice with the Intercontinental title taking on Sami Zayn. So we'll just jump right into it. First matchup we will discuss is the Brian Kendrick, the Cruiserweight champion, taking on Kalisto of the SmackDown Live brand. And this match has not only the stipulation that is a Cruiserweight championship matchup, but as well as if Brian Kendrick loses, not only does he lose his title, but the whole Cruiserweight division heads over to SmackDown. So I kind of take it that it might not be not be as popular on Raw as they were hoping it would be. So this is probably their way of kind of shifting it over to SmackDown, which I think it'll do well on SmackDown. SmackDown is more of a wrestling show to begin with, but we shall see, on how that goes. So I think that Brian Kendrick will lose to Kalisto. Kalisto, very athletic. Kalisto makes a lot of botches in his matches. That's the only thing you have to watch out for. But I think Brian Kendrick is doing pretty good with his run. He's got a good heel Cruiserweight to have that title, and to lose it, to go over and have now the whole Cruiserweight division on SmackDown Live. So for the first matchup, I am going to choose Kalisto winning the Cruiserweight Championship and bringing the Cruiserweights over to the SmackDown Live brand. Up next, folks, we have a matchup for the Intercontinental title. Yet again, another stipulation match, as I had mentioned earlier. You have The Miz with his beautiful wife Maurice by his side, who recently regained the Intercontinental title from Dolph Ziggler on SmackDown Live with, once again, the help of Maurice by his side. He will be taking on another cross-promotional brand wrestler, Sami Zayn. And also, like I said, there were stipulations to this matchup that if, think about it, they're not on the same brand. Miz is on SmackDown Live, Sami Zayn's on Raw. So what's going to happen if Sami Zayn wins? That title goes over to Raw. So then Raw will have the Cruiserweight, the Women's, the U.S., and the Intercontinental, and the Universal Championship. So that would be something for the Raw to have all these titles on their show. But who's to say there's no controversy in that? So I'm looking forward Sami Zayn to win the WWE Intercontinental title, take it to Raw, and then we're going to see what kind of controversy and further storyline it had between these 2 rival brands in WWE. So I'm looking for Sami Zayn to pick up the win and bring that title over to the Raw brand. Up next, folks, we have the first of our traditional WWE Survivor Series matches with the WWE Raw Women's Division versus WWE SmackDown Live's Women's Division. Now we have Charlotte Flair, which is the Raw Women's Champion, with Bayley, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, and Alicia Fox. Which that's a very strong, powered, offensive team Raw Women's Division, and they will take on the team of the SmackDown Live's Women's Intercontinental Championship, which is currently held by Becky Lynch. You also have Nikki Bella. You also have Alexa Bliss. You have Naomi and Carmella, and you have, of course, the coach Natalia on her corner, as well as Dana Brooke over in the corner of the Team Raw's women's side. So this looks to be a matchup. I'm going to make my first of my three choices with these matches. I feel like the Raw women's division is a lot stronger, and you have Nia Jax on that team, and she's a monster in her own. So I don't see if anybody can take her out. But I think that Raw's women's division will come up with the win for Team Raw over SmackDown Live's division, women's division. So that would be my first choice of the night with one of three. Next up, we have the second of the three matches, Survivor Series. This is a tag team match, 10-on-10 elimination tag team matchup. We have Team Raw, which is captained by the New Day. We have Enzo and Big Cass. We have Gallows and Anderson, and we have Cesaro and Sheamus, which is a pretty good tag team division that yet again I see Raw having that SmackDown may kind of lack. Now SmackDown Live is headed by the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, which consist of Heath Slater and Rhino, but they have the Hot Bros. They also have the American Alpha and they have the Usos, which I will not put it short of the American Alpha and the Usos carrying it, but come on, the Hot Bros and Slater and Rhino, don't look for that to even happen. I know it's kind of like just a snooze. If I just don't see Team SmackDown Live winning this one either. So for my prediction for Team Raw to be 2-0 leading up into the next matchup, I think that the tag team division is a lot stronger, much like I do the women's on Raw, than it is SmackDown, for SmackDown to put up a fight. I think it'll be a good matchup, but I just think that Raw will overcome both of those particular matchups between the women's division, between the tag team division. So, and then coming up third, of the three matches, last but not least of the three traditional matches, we have the 5-man tag team, 5-man team matchup between Team Raw, which is headlined by Kevin Owens, which is the WWE Universal Champion. You have his best friend Chris Jericho along with him. You have the U.S. Champion Roman Reigns with him. You have former champion Seth Rollins and the monster known as Braun Strowman on Team Raw. But on Team SmackDown, which I think has a lot more diversity in it and a lot more different integral parts to it, is headlined by the WWE World Champion AJ Styles. We have the former champion, the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. We have the Randy Orton, the Viper, up next, which is, I guess, controlled by our next to last member of Team SmackDown Live, which is Bray Wyatt. And then finally, as we've seen most recent here, to make his addition to the Team SmackDown Live roster, or at least their team, would be the WWE SmackDown Live commissioner, Shayna O'Mac. He's taking up, and poor little old James Ellsworth is in there in the corner. So we'll see what happens whenever something like that does happen, because trust me, something always happens with the men's division. But here's where I go. I think SmackDown Live will take this. Yes, folks, I said it. I think SmackDown Live, considering even though what Team Raw has, I think SmackDown Live will be able to come up with the win here. I just think there's a lot of integral parts that can work, and I think that Team SmackDown Live will pick up the win. All right, folks, last but not least, we have the fantasy matchup started in the game, now has progressed in a real matchup between a rematch from 12 years ago. As both guys, as we have the streak with Bill Goldberg against the Advocate and his beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, one-on-one. Now, these guys are about 10 years apart in age, It has been 12 years. And remember, Brock Lesnar has not beaten Goldberg yet. Remember, Goldberg in their only matchup, Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar as both guys were leaving the company. So Brock does feel like he has to owe it to him in order for him to be able to get his win back. So we see how well conditioned that Goldberg really will be in, because Brock is very reckless. Brock is a big man, but all he does is 2 or 3 moves, folks. He's like John Cena, just bigger. And he just does the suplexes and stuff, and that's just about it. So I don't see it going just the Goldberg being suplexed to death. That's about the only thing I can see happening in this matchup. So, but I do think, however, folks, everything has been pointing to Brock Lesnar winning and defeating Goldberg. But I think somewhere in the end, Goldberg's going to come up and Goldberg's going to win it. So my decision and my choices are to think that I feel like Goldberg is going to have to come out on top at the end of it after it's all said and done. But I do think Brock Lesnar will somehow get the win on Goldberg. But, Goldberg said this was his last matchup. This would be, his last ride into the sunset. I think that he will go into the WWE Hall of Fame this upcoming class, and this was all part to kind of set that up, because, he will make it there. Goldberg will be in the WWE Hall of Fame. So those were my matchups. I hope whether you agreed with my choices or not, that's strictly your opinion. But I hope you like this video, and if you do and you want to see more content, like I said, drop a like on it, comment on it, subscribe to my channel. YouTube / WMaccabee3 is my YouTube address. Hit me up, more content, and I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy the pay-per-view, folks, and I may do a result show. That remains to be seen, but if not, then probably to do one very soon. So I hope everyone has a great time. Enjoy the pay-per-view, and take care until next time. For Pro Wrestling Unleashed, this is Bill Mack, and I am out of here.
Yeah.